Good morning. It's pretty early. I woke up a while ago. I just was like laying in bed and I couldn't sleep for a while. So eventually, after that happens, I just get out of bed. Um, I prefer to at least be intentionally awake if I'm gonna be awake instead of just laying there, even if I'm not doing anything. Even if I'm just having a cup of tea or coffee or whatever. Uh, Eventually. I was also thinking while I was laying there about how Phoebe, my cat, was like cuddled up against me in the bed. And it's very unusual for her to be, I don't know, so receptive to like oh, she's drinking water. I don't know if you could hear that. um, she's not very receptive to like affection, and she's one of those cats where if you go and you touch her, she kind of moves away or gets, she doesn't really like to be touched all that much. She's not very she'll bite you. She's very, very playful, but she'll like kind of nibble you. Never really aggressively, unless she really doesn't like it, and she'll like swat you, and her claws will come. Like I don't know if you can see like all these. I have marks from various moments with her. But it was interesting because it got me thinking how like in this moment where she was cuddled up against me, she was very receptive to me petting her head, petting under her chin, kind of giving her little like ear scratches and stuff. And as time goes on, it feels like she gets more and more comfortable with that. But also what I noticed was that for there to be, I guess, a balance between me like offering her affection and her being comfortable with it, there you can't I can't push her at all. I can't force any sort of. I can't. It's like in general, I don't feel like you can make a cat do anything it doesn't want to do. Like it won't do. If there's one thing you want a cat to do, it will do anything but that one thing. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of thing. So it's very hard. Like if you pick her up and you try to hold her and love her and give her love that way, she's like, she doesn't want to be there. It'll last 5 to 10 seconds before she tries to get away, and you're gonna get scratched, just from her trying to like push away from you. Not in any sort of malicious way. So for there to be a balance of giving and receiving. And this is where it got interesting for me, because it's like I feel like I've learned something. I'm learning how to, I guess, let the balance lead. I hope this makes some sort of sense, because I'm still kind of figuring it out myself. But in order to let the balance lead the way, you have to allow for, you can't force anything. You can't like impose any sort of agenda on Phoebe. You have to, for example, if you go to pet her head and actively go to pet her head, she will probably not enjoy it. But if you kind of give her your hand, you all good? Running around the couch. If you can hear them or see them back there, but if you give her your hand and you let her show you exactly kind of what she wants, what she's comfortable with, and where the lines are, and you kind of let the balance lead. You just sort of let the flow lead. You don't try to like actively pet. You kind of let the petting just happen, you know? She's very happy. She's very happy, and then I'm very happy. And I think that was the key takeaway, obviously. Ultimately, like, it comes back to, I am happy. Wow, okay. This is interesting. Because I always want to love her and show her love and put my love on her and pet her and kiss her and cuddle her and like hug her and hold her really tight and everything and actively love her like that. And then she wants to run away. And my God, is that a lesson? For me, anyway. Like, and over the course of the last few months, as I've had these two cats, it has been a lesson in like letting them go, and you know, I want to love them, and then they run away from me, and they don't want to be loved by me, is how it feels in that moment. So it like hurts my feelings a little bit. I'm like, damn, okay, like, you want to go, fine, go. You don't want my love. But that's really not the case. They're just cats, you know, they're just kind of doing their thing. And in this case, you know, I'm learning to kind of love them, like meet them where they are as cats. And not take it so personally, I guess, you know, not take it so personally, and like love them from a distance, love them as they are. And so that kind of also, like, because what would sort of then happen, and it was making me laugh, you know, while I was laying in bed, I was kind of like letting that balance lead the way, letting the you know, letting the moment happen the way it was happening, petting Phoebe, giving her some scratches, you know, but I would kind of, and I was going very, very slowly, just like letting my hand really gently kind of like let her kind of feel it out, be comfortable, not imposing anything. I noticed these moments where she would like lean over and just give me a bite, just like a little, like, you know, put her teeth on my fingers, or just kind of put her paws on my hand and like just put her claws out a little bit, you know. And it was just making me laugh so much, because I was like, it's so you, and it's so funny how you do that. It's so funny, and I love it. I love you as you are for this. Like, you just, it's so not in a negative, it's not like, you know, a negative thing at all. You know, that's just how, that's her personality. This also might be like such an obvious realization. I have no idea. But for me, it's a lesson, and I don't know what it is, other than like I'm learning, you know, to let the way lead the way, let the balance lead the way, just let the kind of the way it's going be the way it's going, and just let that be just right. Whether that's how I'm petting my cat or how I'm loving her, you know, and showing her love and accepting her and receiving her in my life just as she is, so much as she is, so that even when she goes and scratches me or bites me, it makes me laugh. It makes me feel this joy that is like, you're so you, Phoebe. You're so, you know. Now they're running around the whole apartment. Come here. Nah, she doesn't want to come. They're playing. She doesn't want to come here. But I love you. Yeah, I don't know. That's something I learned. It's something I've learned, or I'm learning, or I'm realizing. And I realized, like, you know, because I was petting her for a good, like, 20 minutes. And I was like, man, it's, like, really early in the morning. It's still dark out. And I'm like, I was just sleeping. But, like, since you are here and receiving my affection, like, I'm gonna take this opportunity and I'm just gonna lay here and pet you. What is that? Oh, you know what that is? That's my alarm. Hang on, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. That was the alarm that was meant to wake me up. That's how much earlier I woke up than my alarm. So, yeah, I don't know what I was saying, but I you know, I think it's for me it's a very valuable lesson, and I'm still figuring out exactly what it is, but it's making me feel more joy, and it's making me feel a lot more at peace with whatever the moment is, whether it's Phoebe accepting my affection directly, or it's Phoebe rejecting my direct affection and scratching me and running away, or, you know, jumping off or whatever, or it's Phoebe actively swatting me or biting me or whatever. You know, I feel like it's a little tiny example of something I was talking about several days ago, like last week maybe, about groundlessness and, like, you know, not insecurity or anything, but like sort of insecurity, instability, you know, the sense of having the sense of the ground moving under your feet and not being stable, and how nothing really is permanent that way. Nothing is stable for very long. You know, even if it is for a moment, it's going to shift, it's going to change. Like, whatever you think is there now, whatever you think is okay right now, or stable anyway, I mean, it is okay. Take that back, but whatever's stable right now is going to shift, it's going to change at some point, and that's okay. The challenge, or the way to sort of maintain a sense of peace and happiness through that, is to be able to have peace with impermanence, and the fact that, like, everything's constantly changing and shifting and nothing is the same ever all the time, and, you know, Um, so yeah, I'm grateful. Thanks, Phoebe. Phoebe. Thank you. I see your big glowing eyes looking at me. Also, I found a penny, a cent. You were probably not going to be able to see because the camera probably isn't going to focus on this thing at this close range. I don't know, maybe I can. I don't know if that's in focus or not. But this penny is from 1934. $1934. That's 90 years ago. And it's so cool to me to think about over the course of 90 years, not only like how many different people, how many different like pockets and wallets this penny has been in, how many different things were bought with this penny. I mean, it's just a penny, but like, I'm sure it was used to buy a lot of different things over the course of 90 years. But also, like, in 1934, that penny, like, what could that get you in 1934, you know? Like, that was... Penny was a lot... Penny now is, like, nothing, you know? Pretty much useless. 1 penny. But 1934, 1 penny was, like, you could I don't know, get a bubble gum or a lollipop or maybe a freaking sandwich or I don't know, slice of pizza, pack of cigarette. I don't like. That penny could have been used to buy, like, this single penny could have bought somebody a pack of cigarettes maybe. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the inflation thing is with pennies since 1934, but that thought to me is like is so cool. That this very same penny that I have here now is like has that history. And what's also cool is like a lot of tools. If you think of a penny as a tool to like that we use. You know, money is sort of a tool. If you think about other tools from 1934, almost 100 years ago, 90 years, they're kind of like probably broken or like out of date, so they're useless now, or they're like in a museum or like in the dump, garbage, or, you know, useless. But it's crazy because this very same penny from 90 years ago that somebody, like right during the middle of the, I don't know what years exactly the Great Depression was, right? But like right in the middle of the 30s, this penny was used for exactly the same thing that I could go use it for now. I mean, like I said, like, you could probably get more with that penny in 1934 than I could get with it now. Because right now I can't get anything with what 1 penny. Nothing's 1 penny. But it's used for the same exact thing, and I can still go and use it and spend it, and then someone else will have it. It's just, I don't know. This is like, it's just cool. And I have one here from 1935, and then, what is this? 42, 44, 45, 46, 47, and 49. All these pennies. I'm going through a big jar of pennies, so that's why I'm So I got all these pennies. Anyway, on that note, our song Time of My Life comes out on March 7th, which is in pretty much 1 week because it's March 1st right now. Really, really psyched about it. Cannot wait. That's the story with my pennies, my thoughts on it. 1934 penny. If someone knows how much that penny is worth in value as an object, other than the obvious cent that it is as a tool, let me know. And also what I learned from my cat. So that's that. I hope everyone has a great morning wherever you are. Enjoy your coffee or your tea or orange juice or whatever your beverage of choice is. And talk to you soon. Cheers.